Nice to meet you. Yeah. Hi.
Hey, how you doing? Peter?
Tom, right?
Yeah,
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
Good, nice to meet you. Crockett, nice to meet you. Good, good.
Peter Opa, our guest speaker for today, is someone who has gone back to his native town in Africa and has implemented the spirit of the Global Marshall Plan there. But the distinguished feature that Peter has, a unique perspective in is that when he was young, the missionaries came and kind of transformed the way he lived into the Christian way and really didn't incorporate that people came from a culture and a history that was a community. And in what he's doing now, it's the reverse of that, which is consistent with Rabbi Lerner's vision, to work with the people and their culture and find the strength within it and the leadership within it, and then back that and work on improving things for everybody. Okay, now I'd like to introduce Peter Opa. Come on up, Peter.
I want to thank all of you for coming here. Well, I have so much to share with you, but I know because of time constraint, I have to be brief. I was just asking Judy how much time I had, and she said maybe maximum 45 minutes. So I'll see what I can do with that, because I like to talk. I love to talk. And first of all, I have a question. Is anyone here allergic to heavy accent? Okay, good. So I take that as no. So we're all fine with my accent. Thank you. I appreciate that. I come from a village in Africa called Ajara. I lost my mother, and I lost one of my brothers. He was only 20 years old. If my mother were living in America, she would still be alive today. If my brother were living in a developed country where medical service was available, he would still be alive today. So these sad experiences changed my priorities. It changed my thinking. I decided that if I came to the United States, if I came back, I was going to do something. I wanted to do something that would give me an opportunity to help people back in Africa. So I started Rethink Africa. I had always wanted to go back to Africa to help. I come from a Christian background. Sadly, the missionaries who went to my village, that was their worldview. They went to my village, they planted churches, they gave people Bibles, but they didn't do anything about the debilitating, the dehumanizing poverty that people were suffering. One sad thing about Africa is that the government is not the government of the people, for the people, by the people. Far from it. In the villages, the government doesn't exist. So people can die in the village. People can go to bed hungry and nobody knows about it. Tens of thousands of villages in Africa are dying and nobody knows about it. Nobody is hearing about what is happening in the villages. Because the cameras don't go there. Because the CNN are not aware of it. The MSNBCs are not aware of it. The LA Times, the New York Times don't go there. And that's where I come from. I come from one of those villages. It is a miracle. People ask me all the time when I show them this book, how were you able to come to America from this kind of environment? It's a miracle. Miracle still happens. It's a long, long, tortuous story. How I made my way into the United States. I can't even go into it. It's a long, long story. That if I were to share that with you, you'll break down and cry. But I'm here today. With the little support I have received, I have put many of the kids in school. Another thing that I have done is feed them. There are so many professionals, Africans, in America. You name it, doctors, engineers, lawyers, who are from Africa, but who don't care to go back and help their own people because of what I just explained to you. Because they don't think they can make any difference. Because the problem is overwhelming. So I'm hoping that with what I'm doing in my village, other African immigrants will feel challenged to go back and help their own people. There is enough in this world to stop people from dying from hunger. Thank you. Thank you. But I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. Yes. You choose to. You choose.
We have no choice. We are one destiny.
Good. But I wish the whole world realizes that. That's the difference. But when I see your faces and I see that look of compassion and care in your eyes, I'm touched beyond words. Because it raises a lot of questions. One of which is, where are the African doctors? Where are the African millionaires in America? Where are the African lawyers who have all the contacts in Washington, D.C.? Everything is possible. Every good thing is possible. A bottom line that doesn't see people, indigenous people, as expendable. A world where we don't have to destroy a whole community to get their oil or gold or whatever resources. A new bottom line. That's what we are being called to. Not only will we stop talking about these kind of issues, but the whole world will be a happier place. The whole world will be a peaceful place. Because there cannot be peace without justice. And so much injustice is going on in Africa with the multinational corporations that install puppets and dictators that don't care about their own people. we can change that. That's what NSP is calling us to. Another world is possible because we already have the consciousness. The fact that we're already talking about this gives me hope. And I hope that you share that hope. I want to thank you for listening.
To have some questions of Peter. Okay, I'll just move with the microphone to you. Okay.
Your motivation is not tax return. If you're going to support, it's because you care, not because of what you're going to get from the government. So I just want to throw that out there. Also, like I said again, I'm doing book drives, and I need all kinds of books. People are dying. I mean, it's sad because, okay, when I speak, I'm a writer. I've published a book. I write articles for newspapers. People tell me, wow, you're so smart, you're so brilliant. You know what I tell them? I'll tell them, I wish you knew how many people who are much smarter than I am, but who are wasting away. Please, I will appreciate it. You know, when I visit people in America, I see bookshelves and books gathering dust. And it just makes me cry because people are dying to be able to read anything in Africa. Okay.
I'd like to move this along a little bit.
Okay.
I think that there may be some help here for you, but you need to tell us how to do that. And I don't know if we have time to go into details today, but you know, that would be helpful, I think, to get it clear. Like if we have books, what do we do with them? How do we get them to you? And how do we contribute? You know, do we go to your website? Is there anything else? Stuff like that. Anyway, but Frank wants to ask a question, and
Okay.
I think this needs to be the last question.
Okay.
Unless there's other people.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. And also I have some more things that we need to do before we leave because we usually have a social action, and I know
Okay.
Barbara has something that
Okay.
she's going to bring up that will involve all of us possibly in doing a social action that may do a little bit towards changing the world, and it's tomorrow night. So